from Beau Dietl. Good morning, Mr. Dietl.
Good morning, Mr. Imus.
How are you, kid?
Oh, I feel great. Great weekend there.
You look very handsome this morning, Beau.
Well, thank you.
All right.
I'm wearing the purple. You know, being that you're going to have Chaz Bono on the ranch, you're going to have Bill White on the ranch. You could take him up to the Mesa there. You could have a real Brokeback Mountain act up there.
Well, not laugh like you're mentally challenged.
Talking about mentally challenged.
Sorry to use the I word. Sorry to use the R word, and I censored myself.
I know you can't. Mentally challenged. You know,
you shouldn't.
You talk about mentally challenged and kids about studying. I'm so proud this morning. Little Beau came back with his ACT scores. Remember, he was in a learning disability class and all that kind of nonsense. They categorized them. All of a sudden, he started studying for these ACTs. He nailed on the math and he nailed on the science 35. He's in the 99th percentile of the country. He can go to any college that he wants. We're going to look at some of the Ivy League schools. I'm so proud. This is a kid that they categorized. They says, oh, he has a learning disability. People are too fast with this categorization of children. All it is hard work. He studied hard, and he nailed these tests. I'm so proud of him.
Good for him.
Yeah. So, you know what? We had been in Washington last week. I was in Washington with the Secretary of the Homeland Security. The Secretary of the Homeland Security, people don't realize there's $53 billion spent on Homeland Security. Now, these trucks, these hazardous waste trucks that run all over the country, they don't monitor them at all. In other words, chlorine gas and all these kind of stuff that terrorists can take and use for bombs. They spend about $2 million out of $53 billion a year. So we're in Washington there, and Undersecretary Doug Smith, General Labouty, Admiral Straw, we're there. We're showing them a way. Within 90 days, we can monitor about 80% of these trucks all over the country. People don't realize they're like floating bombs around the country.
Yeah. What did you come upon a quarter till the hour? What did you think of the Casey Anthony verdict?
Well, I'm very proud of the jury. I'm very proud of the jury for doing their job. I mean, if you want to take the law, and the jury is supposed to be told, you go by the law. We all wanted to see a fry, and I'm sure some of those jurors wanted to convict her too. But you don't convict someone on emotion, and I'm very proud of them coming back. The prosecution gave a real garbage presentation. They should have started from the beginning. Should have been a negligent homicide type of a charge, because we don't know how she died. And if you gave negligent homicide, she didn't report that kid missing for 31 days. That's negligence as far as a mother goes. And you could have really compounded that into negligent homicide. I don't care if the tape killed the child, because the prosecution stretched a little too far, Don, when they said the tape was over the nose and the mouth. That they were going for the ground, for the home run ball. You should have got a single, you could have got a single, and that girl should be in jail. But you want to know something? She has the last laugh, because the prosecution sucked down there, and they should have prosecuted the way it should have. This is a demented young lady that should be in jail for negligent homicide of that little girl. End of story.
She lives a wretched life, though, don't you think?
Well, you know, I would have loved to have her gotten convicted for about 20 years, put a big mural of that little girl with those big eyes. Every day she wakes up, she should look at that little girl with the big eyes there. Then they started to go and say, oh, the father, she drowned in the pool. Just think about if a child drowns in the pool. Every day it happens all across the United States. You're going to take a child and go throw her in the swamp, in the woods. You wouldn't do that with a friggin' dog. So when they start to make you try to believe that, that's crap. You know, and it's just garbage. And, you know, this.
What do you think killed the child?
I really believe the child died of an accident, either heat asphyxiation or not breathing. Possibly this idiot over chloroformed her, and I mean, obviously there was traces of the chloroform in the trunk. I don't know if it was post-mortem or was she dead already and she put her in the trunk. She could have chloroformed the little girl in the house, and then she died from too much chloroform. Now she has a dead little girl, throws in the back of the trunk of the car, not knowing what to do. The child's body decomposes, hence the smell of the decomposing body. All I could say is you got her enough on negligent homicide.
Yeah.
You've been seeing the news lately with these hacking. Don, you see the news with the hacking, right? I'm involved now with this anti-hacking thing. We got these ethical hackers.
Well, we have to go.
Well, listen to this. It's very important.
No, I'm not going to listen to anything.
You could be hacked.
I just said we had to go.
When you get hacked, don't call me then.
Well, why when I say we have to go, why don't you say,
I'm the hacking king now,
thanks for having me on.
Sweetheart, I'm the Hacking King. And you want to know something? You're going to have a very good summer up there with Bono and